Hello there and welcome back. In this video, we're going to set up our prompt templating system to give our AI language teacher some context and a bit of a personality. So let's head back to our conversation graph. We are going to need another node, I believe. Actually, sorry, we already have enough nodes, but we do need to import a primitive. So we're going to be importing render Jinja from our LLM primitive. That's going to help us render like a structured template into some text. And then we're going to import our conversation template from our prompt templates. I've already created a template here. So we see it's a little personality with some instructions, conversation style. As well, we have some variables that we're going to be parsing. So we have our running list of messages. We're going to keep that in the agent's context. So he's going to have a little bit of memory. And then we're going to grab the speech to text transcription and put that in there as well. Soon we'll have the ability to pass data through the graph in the process context argument, which will make this very convenient. But for now, we're actually just going to pass it in by closure. I have a function in the audio processor that grabs the state, and we're just going to pass it in. We're just going to call this function in our prompt builder node to get the most up-to-date information. So we're going to be getting our conversation state from this function. This is just getting the state of the audio processor, which includes all the messages. Then we're going to be forming the template data that we're going to be passing into our render Jinja function. So it's the messages, all the messages that have been going back and forth, as well as the input, which is again from the speech to text node. This is what we're already using. And then we're going to be making our rendered prompt using the render Jinja function, which is just going to render this template with the variables and any loops or anything that we have in the Jinja. And then we are going to sub this out. So we don't have our basic prompt. Instead, we're going to use the more complicated prompt from our render Jinja function. Just going to give a lot more context. And I think that this might be all we need. I will just point out that in the Inworld runtime, you can see all your logs and traces. So where are we? So we see in a previous run, we can see our graph, all the latency and everything. And then we can also see what actually went into our LLM node. We sent that super basic prompt, and I think we got like a stream. So we're going to run our graph again. Hopefully it's going to work first try. And after it runs, we're going to check our logs to make sure that our new prompt went through. Hola, ¿qué es tu deporte favorito?
Mi deporte favorito es el fútbol. Hay algo en el ambiente cuando juega el América que real.
Okay, not bad. We got the answer as expected. It's tough to tell if that actually passed in the prompt correctly. So let's just check it out in our traces. Beautiful. So we got our new prompt all coming through. I forget how I actually formatted it. Where's our messages? So Okay, so the user just said, "Hola, ¿qué es tu deporte favorito?" Let's actually do a couple more just to make sure that the messages is coming through. We have this messages loop. Mi deporte favorito es béisbol o tenis.
Eso es interesante, el béisbol y el tenis son deportes bastante.
I hope I didn't shut it off too quickly. Let's see. Let's see if we got anything. Dang it, dang it. Sí, hablar mucho.
Claro, cada deporte tiene su propia cultura y formas de comunicación entre los jugadores. En el fútbol, por ejemplo, las conversaciones constantes son esenciales para la estrategia y la coordinación en el campo.
¿Qué es tu nombre?
Parece que has cambiado a otro idioma, pero te responderé en español. Mi nombre es Gael Herrera. ¿Cómo puedo ayudarte hoy?
This is an interesting one. So our speech to text model can actually take in a parameter, or it can take in some attributes specifying the language. We just set the language recognition on automatic. In this case, it looks like it picked it up as Swedish, but the LLM is pretty multilingual, so it understood that we asked his name. In any case, let's check out our trace and see if we got that messages coming through. Okay. All right. Previous conversation. User. Hey, as what's your favorite sport? Assistant. My favorite sport's soccer. Looks like the messages are coming through. Great. And then the user just said, "Vad är ditt namn?" So, yeah, we can obviously tidy up the speech to text, but in general, things seem to be working just fine. Our conversation graph is done. So that is amazing. We can have a full conversation now. What about the flashcards? I think we're going to quickly vibe code out these flashcards in the next video. So join me there.